Okay guys, here's what's on the bench today. I got some pickups to put in this thing. A Grote, I'm gonna call that. Les Paul. We gotta install some pickups in this. So let's get started. Alright, so guy likes this. His name's Paul. And customer, and he comes in from time to time, and he's finally decided to put some pickups in this thing. He's got some Seymour Duncan whole lot of humbuckers that he wants me to install. So let's see what we got in here. Just some inexpensive wiring going on. This should be easy to do, easy enough. Okay, let's take a look under here. So we've got a blue wire under this one. So it's got a little ground that I'm just going to clip off. And then it has a white wire going to that potentiometer right there that I'm just going to clip off. And let's get this thing out of here. That's what came stock in here. It's labeled bridge. Okay, now this one has a red wire hooked up to it. I'm just going to snip the ground. There we go. Let's see if it pulls right out. Yeah, it does. There we go. It's labeled neck. Move those off to the side. Give them back to the customer. Alright, so these are the pickups that Paul purchased. Whole lot of humbucker, Seymour Duncans. And these are 4-wire pickups. And they're labeled Seymour Duncan underneath here, which makes it really nice. And I like when pickups tell you what they are. All pickup companies should do that. They should have some sort of little sticker or something in there. But that right there is a good looking pickup. Alright, so let me get these instructions out. It comes with the springs and everything. So on Seymour Duncan pickups, if you're not going to coil tap anything, the red and the white wire, as you can see right here, they get connected, and then you put a little bit of tape on that. So that's what I'll do right now, the red and the white. Twist them around. We can even put a little dab of solder on them. Go. Let me see if I can put a little solder on this one too. Okay, so we got to put the pickup rings on here, but now you can see the feet on this one and they're the same size, so we're good there. Okay. The neck pickup. Let's see if we can slide this in here. Okay, I think it's okay to go ahead and put these 4 screws back in to hold this thing into place. Okay, so we're seeing that the red and the white wire are cut off and soldered together. The black goes to the potentiometer, and the bare and the green are the grounds. Okay, so I got the neck pickup ready to go in there, but the guitar's got a lot of polishing compound in there, so I'm just going to Windex some of that compound out of there, clean this up a little bit. Man, it almost looks like it needs vacuumed. Some companies are like, oh, nobody's ever going to see that. Yeah, eventually they do. Okay, so eventually everybody sees inside there. So now that looks a little bit better. Looks like a nice solid piece of wood. Probably has a very, very thin veneer on the top. Nice long wire. Seymour Duncan, just to double check. This one says bridge. I'm in good shape here. Let's snake these wires through. Twice as much wire as you need, easily. And so sometimes what you can do is you can kind of just leave a little bit of that wire underneath there like that. So it's not all just in your control cavity. Okay. They are in there. Let's go ahead and put the back cavity cover back on. Okay, let's clean these frets off a little bit. They look like there's a little bit of corrosion on them. They're just not real shiny. I got a little 1000 grit sandpaper and my fretboard guard. And I'm just kind of hitting them a little bit. This is very similar to using like a microfiber cloth or even steel wool. Oh, there's my front door. Okay. Going to throw a couple drops of F1 oil on this fretboard now. Just to clean it a little bit. It's basically a new guitar that hasn't been played much. But there is a little bit of some of that buffing compound still on it. And so this will help kind of clean that up and maybe darken this wood a little bit. Smear it on like that. Just wipe it off and clean it. Alright, so here's kind of what our fretboard looks like now. Nice big block inlays. Nice and clean. Time to put some strings on this thing. Here we go. This beautiful guitar is going to get a set of Ernie Ball regular Slinky 10 through 46. And they say regular, but they are far from regular. These are the top of the line best strings in the country you can get your hands on. Make sure that's up in there nicely. And they go on real quick. I've got the Ernie Ball Power Peg Pro string winder. Makes my job a little easier. Actually, a lot easier. And this is the second string winder that I've had from Ernie Ball. The last one I had lasted me about 5 years. But what happened, I was rough on it and it broke right in here. I was putting strings on a nylon string classical where you got to wind it around the peg about 100 times. And the gears were all jacked up on this old guitar, and so it broke it right in here. But it probably would still be good if not taking it to that old nylon string classical that was all messed up. But the good folks over at Ernie Ball, I told them, and they sent me another one just like that at no charge. Okay, so let's stretch the strings a little bit on this thing. So what I do is I put my left hand over the fretboard, and this is to protect the nut. Just stretch these babies out a little bit. Make sure that it's seated nicely in the tailpiece. Stretch these babies out a couple of times. And then you got to be a little bit more delicate when you get up here on the B string and high E string, because it'll break real quick. Sometimes even over top of the nut here, you can, because this string will stretch too. Okay, so that stretched down a whole cut that part out. Okay, so there it is. A whole lot of humbuckers, Seymour Duncan, installed. It's a Grote. Kind of a strange name, but perhaps it was somebody's last name. I don't know the history or anything about this brand, but it seems like a nice Les Paul copy. Got the big block inlays. Got a volute back here at the back of the neck. Got the little tag right here that says made in China. So yeah, I left the plastic over top of the pickups right here. I'll let my customer take that off. I probably could raise the height a little bit on this pickup. Make it come up a little bit. A lot of times things like that, when the customer comes in, I do little fine adjustments and stuff for the customer. I'm like, hey, how's that pickup height look? And I kind of let them, it's all about service, customer service. Let them make a couple of decisions on where they want their pickup height, things like that. I tuned it to standard, but he might want it, in E flat or something, so I could tune it to do there. There you go. Nice guitar. It's fun to mod your cheap China guitars. Sounds good. Thank you guys for watching. If this is part of a Saturday restring or a Saturday setup video, we're moving on to the next guitar. If this is just a video all in itself, thank you guys for watching, and everybody remember, go buy a guitar.